Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to continue with our techniques using stencils, and we're going to use the gritty texture paste, put my teeth in, from Sentimentally Yours, and we're going to use some alcohol inks as well. So first of all, we need to get that gritty texture medium through our stencil, and this is the new Fanciful 6x6 stencil from Sentimentally Yours. And I've just popped it onto a piece of, this is glossy white card, so it's like photo card, it's just glossy on one side, and you will find that on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, as with everything else we're using. So let's get some texture medium through. So this is, as I say, this is the gritty one, so it's going to give us a bit more texture. And you'll hear it when it goes through the stencil. Makes a lovely kind of sugary noise, if you like. You can hear it there. I need a piece of kitchen roll. Clean off my scraper. And we're going to use one of the Woodware scrapers here, which are sold in a pack of 2. They're only $2.99, which is an absolute bargain, and they make this so much easier. So as you can see, we've got texture medium, the gritty texture medium at the top of our stencil, and we're just going to drag this down through our stencil. We've got really good coverage already. It gives you a nice even coverage, and also means that you don't actually dig under the stencil. See if we can get some down the bottom and just in this fire a little bit. And you hear that gritty noise. That's on there. Let's see if we can get this as well. So we don't waste any. And of course that, because it's got nothing mixed with it, can go straight back in the pot to use on another project. Do remember, when you're, I always say this, when you're actually popping your paste back in, before you pop the lid on, just give it a wipe around the top, so that when the top goes on, you'll be able to get it off again, which is very important. Okay, so where's my package? Disappeared on me. So we use tweezers, and we're going to take these off. So this is, I've just used Scotch low-tack tape, and any paste that is on your craft sheet will just come off with some water. It doesn't want to come off there because it's the glossy cardstock. Let's just get rid of that little bit of excess we've got at the bottom. That's just from the catching the edge of the tape. And then we can just lift this off. And then we've got, the camera's having a bit of trouble focusing on that because it's white on white. Let's see if I can hold it up so you can see it. There you go. So now we need to leave that to dry, and then we can start playing with the alcohol inks. So my background is all dry, my gritty texture paste or texture medium. I think you can just about pick up some of the texture in there. And remember, this is on glossy cardstock. Now we're going to add some alcohol inks to it. I've got selection here. I've got, well, we'll just start putting them on, shall we? And I'll tell you what they are as we do it. This is Sunset Orange, and you will find them all on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. So we're just going to add a few drops here and there. this one. So I'm trying to go lightest first, then we go for the next one, which is raspberry. You could do a pattern if you wanted to, so just do the centres in a certain colour, and it dries almost immediately. Then we've got rust. Quite therapeutic, this. Now the texture paste doesn't actually act as a resist. It will colour as well. Then we've got pool. Apologies, some of these are a bit of a mess because they've been used in workshops over the years. Never know quite how it's going to turn out. You can also apply this not directly from the nozzle. You could put it onto a little tool as well if you wanted to. Then we're going to go for Purple Twilight. I seem to have 3 or 4 for Purple Twilights. It's one of my favourites. And you can see here, it already looks like we've got some purple, where the, which one did I put on last? The Pool and the Raspberry have mixed together. So we might not see a big difference here with Purple Twilight. I'm actually going to put some on top of the... And then we're going to go for Mojito, which is one of the newer colours. It's a green. We'll see where we're at now. It's not moving very much because it's moving a little bit, but not a lot because it dries very quickly. So we could just leave it like this. We could just leave it with the peaks in the texture paste, not taking the colour. I think we will fill in some gaps. I do quite like it with the white, actually. You could do it so that you never actually touch the high areas, and so they stay white, because obviously the alcohol ink's only going to go through the channels. I like that. Let's see if we can add, I'm probably a bit late. Let's see if we can add some yellow. This is Sunrise, Sunshine Yellow. Let's add some of this to the high parts. I have got one to show you as well, which I did years ago with a Pentart paste, which is a different paste, and I actually used Yupo paper as well instead of the glossy cardstock. I am flooding it a bit now. I don't want loads of white. I don't mind a little bit of white. I don't want loads of white. I do like this yellow. I might stop there because I'm going overboard with it. Let me hold it up so you can see. It's quite cool, isn't it? I do quite like it with the, it's different with the white. I'll show you the other one that I've got. Now this one has been done on Yupo paper, and it's a pen tart paste called Fibre Paste, which is very, very textural, and it gives a lot of dimension. I don't know if you can see some of the peaks that you get with that, and it does fit. It is rougher than the gritty texture paste from Sentimentally Yours, and as I said, this is on Yupo paper, and it is with pen tart alcohol inks, and the All and Create stencil is called Sunflower Power. It's number 77. So that's really cool. So, you know, matted and layered, looks really lovely. And this one's going to look totally different because it's got a little bit of white on it. I'll hold it up again so you can see it closer. It's not quite dry yet. But yeah, gives a different effect. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. There's loads and loads of different techniques I've done for you with stencils, and if you're interested, I'm also running workshops locally in Fareham as well. Have a look on my website in the workshops section, and thank you for watching.